beautiful spot called Artipelag. It's some 20 minutes driving east of Stockholm, and here we have a conference today on secure cities, security in cities, organized by SIPRI, and I'll show you some pictures of what's happening inside.
Climate change can exacerbate already insecure situations and drive increasing number of people to leave their home. This also affects how urbanization will develop over time, and the links between climate change and security must be urgently given the attention, also in the light of conflict prevention. Instead, we should look upon young people as problem solvers, as actors, and we should include and make full use of their potentials as efficient peace builders in their areas.
We're trying to bring two levels or two categories of discussion together. For a long time there's been a lot of good work, a lot of good discussion, a lot of policy about urbanization, about the growth of cities, which, as everybody knows, it's half the world's population is urbanized now, and it'll be 2/3 in a decade and a half's time. And on the other hand, there's been a discussion about security, which has been going on for decades, of course. But these two areas have not really met together. So if one discusses security in an urban setting, it's very much been done on the basis either of policing or of basic welfare. But there are issues now which arise, which are the issues of security policy coming into the cities. And it's at that meeting point between those two areas that we're having this discussion. And it seems to be that not so very many places, not so very many institutions are offering the chance for that discussion, and that's why people find this one exciting.
The formula for the whole agenda of the UN, in fact, is there is no peace without development, there is no development without peace, and none of the above without respect of human rights. And the fact that these goals cover both development and reach into security and to human rights is, I think, a very important step forward.
The horrors of the war in Syria often defy all descriptions, but they can actually be seen here in the eyes of the refugees, of a family getting off the train at Stockholm Central Station.
A couple of years ago, I was invited by the White House to attend a meeting organized by the former President Obama about a kind of a search whether lack of social inclusion in Europe is the main reason for people to be radicalized and traveling to the ISIL area in Syria and in Iraq. And the question was, a lot of teachers, professors, researchers tend to say that exclusion, racism and discrimination in Europe is the main reason for these people to move to that area. Well, let me give you one example. A young man in Amsterdam, married, a child of 8 months old, a leased car and working with an ICT company. On a Friday, he did arrive home. His wife was missing him. Not on Saturday, not on Sunday, not on Monday, and Tuesday he called his wife from Iraq. He was becoming a foreign fighter. And a couple of weeks or months later, he decided to commit suicide, killing recruiters, young police officers in Iraq. He wrote a letter to his daughter, 8 months. Not to say, sorry, daughter, that I'm not there to take care of you. Not to say, sorry, daughter, I will not be there when you grow up and you become an adult, when you marry, etc. The letter had one reason: to justify what he did and to say that he was going to die for the right purpose. Well, help me, ladies and gentlemen. Is this racism? Is this exclusion? Is this poverty or is this something different? This is the elephant among policymakers. Why? Because policymakers tend to think that there is a failure in making policy because if we do the right things, we will keep these boys out of the hands of ISIL. Wrong. This is ideology. This is purely ideology.
I think what we've been able to do with this conference is to go from the level of global security challenges to looking at how those challenges affect cities, and then to look in quite some detail. I think there's some really interesting list of experience, ideas, possibilities that we've been putting together through the conference about what can be done, what the responses are. So we've gone from global to local, and we've gone from problem to ways of looking for solutions, not to put it too high. So I think that's a really kind of concrete and practical direction this conference has taken.